Modelling done by Dr Ron Brookmeyer, the Dean of the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health, showed that delaying the onset of Alzheimer's disease by just 5 years across the board would reduce its prevalence in our community by 50%. 5 years? That's doable, right? But how do we do that? I've been determined to find out. What is emerging from recent research is the relationship between your health in midlife and your risk of dementia. Dr. Lauren Mashowski is a clinical neuropsychologist who leads the cognitive training research stream within the specialised Healthy Brain Ageing program at the Brain and Mind Centre, the University of Sydney. She says that the best time to turn your brain around is when you're in midlife, 40s, 50s and 60s. Later in your life, in your 70s, the changes we can make in terms of lifestyle and comorbidities are just slowing down something that's already started, she said. But if we can target people in midlife, we have the best chance of being able to stop it before it starts, or at least delay the onset of that decline. This is why I wrote this book, because I wanted to work out exactly what Daniel, his siblings, my friends, my patients, and I can do today to maximise our brain health and avoid dementia. Now is the time to preserve your brain. This book is jam-packed with pearls of wisdom, from small tweaks you can make to the ways you can change your whole approach to life, including diet, exercise, sleep, and physical health. I delve into the studies and connect the dots between any given intervention and the proposed mechanisms behind it. I also present the opinions of a range of brain health experts from around the world. And perhaps, most interestingly, I invite these experts to share what they do in their own lives to prevent cognitive decline. These men and women have spent an enormous amount of time and energy researching our brains and, in many cases, helping people suffering from dementia. So the decisions they make when it comes to their own brain health are revealing. You can see their comments throughout the books, or I've summarised it at the end. Because the brain is complicated and neuroscience is so intricate, some sections of the book will be super dense. I hope they're not boring, but if you're tired, you might want to skim through one or two of the chapters that are of less interest and skip to the end where I give my takeaway tips. All the strategies I suggest will make amazing differences to the structure of your body and mind, and while warding off dementia, we'll throw in a lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even many cancers for free. Every little change you make will help act as a prevention for all of these. But, let's be honest, none of us will be able to make every single change recommended in this book. Midlife is possibly the busiest time of your life. You are statistically likely to be in full-time work. You're likely to be juggling teenagers and/or ageing parents. The 5th decade is peak time for divorce in Australia, and our health is often taking a bit of a turn for the worse around this time, with many of us finding out we have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or even diabetes. If you're a woman, you might be in the middle of horrible peri- and menopause symptoms, along with other common symptoms including mood swings and insomnia. You might have been told you need to do pelvic floor exercises 3 times a day to stop wetting your pants. And don't buy takeaway. You need healthy home-cooked dinners from scratch. But how, when we're all just so busy? You have to forgive yourself if you can't do every recommendation suggested in this book. Even if you make just 3 or 4 strategic changes that seem achievable, that's great. Don't beat yourself up for the changes you don't or can't yet make. Okay, ready? Let's do this. Chapter 1. Let me introduce your amazing brain. Before I launch into this chapter, I want to start with a caveat. The scientific concepts covered here are complex and can be really hard to get your head around, so feel free to skim through this section or bypass it altogether if science makes your eyes water. But it is a bit of a ready reckoner for some of the terms and explanations we'll discuss in the rest of the book. Rest assured, the rest of the book is nowhere near as hard. Despite having done basic anatomy and physiology at uni, when I revisited this information again as a practicing doctor, there were things I hadn't appreciated before. For example,